So, it is 7:44 a.m. August 16th, 2021. We're back to more Final Fantasy Type 0 HD. And since the last stream, I did some more SP grinding. Also, yeah, I've been doing the missions on the different difficulties. It kind of shows you, you know, like which ones I've completed it on all three difficulties there. So I've been doing that because I believe you unlock certain things by beating certain missions on Agado, like spells and things like that. I also did this one. Still need to do that one, but we'll do that at some point. But yeah. Also, I found during the RTS missions, having a character with short-range attacks sucks. I'll tell you what, it's much more difficult. Just the way it is. Stand-up adventure style. Oh no, not Mike. Mike! We're not going to start it this way, are we? I haven't done this thing in a while. Knock it off, dude. Get a little bastard from hell. Okay. So we got some experience through secret training. C-Screw grew a level. Gained another level. Gained another level. Okay. Good times. Dun 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 dun. Yeah, so I gained some levels. Gained a bunch of levels with Sync. She's up to level 31. Jack's level 29. And and wah, and such. Also, I ended up getting some new accessories and such. Yeah, I got the Hypno Crown. Increases max MP by 80% and all magic by 30. And Metal Gloves increases defense by 20. Got a bunch of those, so I put them on different characters. Gold Bangles, which increase max HP by 50%. We got some ballistic armors. You basically get that stuff from, you know, doing different things, like defeating a certain number of enemies with each character, and, you know, that kind of... Oh, costume, that's how you... Oh, that's how you switch costumes. I did not know that. Oh, I see. I see. I do not know. That's how you switch costumes. So this is this costume. This is like regular costume. And you can switch like that. And now he's got this costume. Ho-ho! It's like a summer costume. That's badass. I like that. Okay. That's cool. Alright. So I think each character has their summer costume like that after getting 30 kill sites or something. I don't recall. But we can go to the SPP shop thing, and I unlock some more stuff there. So we can take care of that. Stand-up adventure style. And we got 3,000 now. Mithril Helm increases defense by 10 and prevents burn. He's attacked by 5. Dominion Helmet, that's still really expensive. But we're pretty much gonna go for the weapons that we don't have yet. Like Hunter Bow. Shock Hammer. Nagamitsu. Okay. We could get some of this other stuff, but, I don't know. Probably be a good idea to save our SPP. Nagamitsu, bring your attack up. Shock Hammer. Bring your attack up. We still need another flute for you. Hunter Bow. Silver Scythe. We need another scythe for you. Outsiders. Claymore. Okay. We good. Alright. So now we have a whole new set of events to take care of here. So we better do that. There are, of course, we're gonna start off with the Mog classes. There's 4 new ones, I do believe. So we can go ahead and take care of that bullshit. Cause it's bullshit, kind of like Newfie. Also, I also upgraded spells, so that's also a thing. Anything new to buy here?
Help you?
Nah, just the same old nonsense. Don't really need any of that. So we got Fight 101, Survey of Basic Battles. Okay. So I think this actually earns experience, which is cool. This class is designed for those with the little combat knowledge. Students will develop an understanding of mission objectives, learn how to complete larger objectives through setting smaller goals in ever-changing war environments, and practice comprehensive decision-making skills. Nice. Nom nom. If you've got grub, share the love. Pretty much. Karasume is not amused, sir. He's a very serious dude. So each character earns 10,000 experience. Okay. Magic 101, Survey of Basic Magic. Increases power of all magic. Nice. This class is aimed at those with a little basic knowledge. Students will study the structure of spells, analyze the characteristics of various elemental incantations, memorize how to invoke all magic listed in Sorcery and Me, a Learner Spellbook. Okay. We could use that. I actually put a spell on a few different characters like Ace, Queen, and Rem, since they have the best magic skill. Since now we're up to like the Agas because our magic skills are so high, especially with the Hypnocrown on. Uh-oh. 8 talking about her height. Magic power increased by 1. Defense magic 101, elementary defense magic. That's good because it's actually harder to get your defense magic up than your other magic skills. Increased power of defense magic. This class is targeted towards those with a little experience casting defense magic. Students will develop an understanding of basic defensive spells, learn effective strategies for using defensive magic in the field, particularly against Militesi arms, work towards the mastery of even the most difficult defensive incantations. Good times. The Empire's main airship fleet, where is it stationed? If I may, Commander, allow me to enlighten my classmates. The Militesi fleet is housed in Geur, for those of you unacquainted with military history. Incorrect, the main fleet is stationed at Arwen. Oh. Yes, of course I was going to say that, you just didn't let me finish. Uh-huh. Right. Wrong. Defense magic increased by 2.
Falcon Punch!
And such. HP up 100. Introduction to Health. We're taking a health class. This class is designed for those with an interest in physical fitness. Students will study the structure of the body and how to train each area effectively. Learn how to create the perfect workout regimen to fit one's individual needs. We're going to the gym, damn you. This one again? Wow. That's pretty psychotic. Ba-bum-ba-bum. Actually, all the classes classmates look like they were wearing the summer gear. So max HP up by 20. That's always nice. So that's all the classes. Do. I see defense magic's one. Yeah, see now I got Furaga rifle. And I put yeah, Ram I gave her Thundaga rifle. And we both have Curaga now. See, because the higher your magic skill is, the better the spell will be. So depending on your defense magic, it'll be, you know, Curaga, so on and so forth. So pretty much how it works. And I put yeah, I put Furaga shotgun on Queen. So that's kind of a thing. Alright. So let's see, the next event we want to go to Class 6 Moogle at the main gate. Bum bum bum. How you doing? Everyone says the CO is a big bully, but I actually think he's rather nice. I do. Why, I bet he only puts on a scary face to keep all of us in line now.
What's up?
So let me get this straight. If you renounce your humanity and become a Lassie, you get the power to annihilate one of your own cities and kill thousands of innocents. Yeah, real enticing. Huh. Well. Do. Bum bum bum. So we want to go to the main gate and talk to the Moogle there. Pretty much what we want to do. Well, we're running fast. Don't really need to run that fast. There's the Moogle. What do you want, Koopo? Yes, I'm fine. And no, I'm definitely not crying, Koopo. Okay. Ooh, that class 3rd Moogle just pounds my pom-pom, Koopo. All Z ever does is bring about how her cadets are so magically gifted. Class 6 specializes in magic too, you know. Just because my kids may not be as talented as hers doesn't mean Z has the right to rub it in, Koopo. My class is filled with hard workers, though, and every one of them is determined to prove that they can be the best mage in all of academia, Koopo. Then again, you guys probably don't ever worry about something like class rankings. Every Koopo in the Dominion acknowledges that Class 0 is number 1, Koopo. Hi, Potion. Maybe you're right. Maybe class rankings aren't everything, Koopo. Pretty much. Alright. So the next event is actually important because you'll get an accessory and you need to do it in order to get another accessory later in Chapter 4. So we need to go to the Fountain Courtyard and talk to Orderly. So this is definitely a good one if you want to get some accessories. Accessories. How you doing? I'm still just an orderly in training, so I haven't received my assignment yet. Who's in charge of Class 0? Isn't it Arya? Arya is a girl of few words, isn't she? I've only heard her speak a handful of times. She's quite sharp, though, which is probably why Central Command assigned her to Class 0. Not only is she efficient, but she's modest too. Most people are really patronizing and act like they're doing you a favor, but not Arya. I really admire her, and so do the other orderlies. She's all we ever talk about on break. That reminds me, I found this lying around our break room. You can have it if you'd like. We got a glass pendant. Make the Dominion proud. We're all rooting for you. We got a glass pendant. See what that does. We also got an auric ring, by the way, which increases max MP by 40%. Where's glass pendant? And U1 shock damage increases impact resistance by 15%. There's that sand visor again. I don't see it. Is it not an accessory? Is it an item? It may be an item. It is, okay. Glass pendant, a delicate glass ornament featuring an ornately drawn floral pattern. So we may need that for some such shenanigans at some point in time. Accessories. Phantoma. We can sell more of those white Phantoma. Also got some new Phantoma. Smalt, imbued with extremely powerful ice energy, and of course Cyan with powerful ice energy. Verdant powerful healing energy. A lot of those higher rank ones we need because we've upgraded our spells enough. So we need like the higher ranking ones, so to speak. Okay, so now we want to go to the airship landing and talk to the class 4th Moogle, because he's kind of a jerk, so, you know how we do. How you doing? Kupo? You may know about the 4 champions of Rubrum, but did you know there was only one girl among them, Kupo? And it just so happens that she used to be one of my cadets, Kupo. Is that right? Unfortunately, she and her comrades are no longer among the living, save Commander Kurasame. It turns out that one of the 4 champions tried to murder his friends, Kupo. Uh-oh. They say it was a terrible sight, but my cadet, oh, she was so brave, Kupo. With her last ounce of strength, she cast a healing spell on the commander in the hope that he might live on. Commander Kurasame did not wish to forget her noble sacrifice, so he wrote a note to himself in his own blood, just as he drew her last breath, Kupo. Even though she was one of my class 4th cadets, I don't remember much about the female champion. I've always meant to ask Commander Kurasame about her, but I'm too scared, Kupo. That's a shame. So we get a high potion. The whole incident must have been absolutely traumatizing for the commander, Kupo. Perhaps that's why he always seems so glum. Could be. You never know. So the next one's in the Crystarium, and it starts a series of... It starts a quest, so... We want to talk to Quone. Togorth was destroyed? Kupapo! No, that's preposterous. Certainly there must have been some sort of error, Kupo. I am not error, sir. We estimate the airships will be up and running again soon, but we cannot offer our regular commuter shuttle service so long as Militus controls all the surrounding airspace. Yeah, it's a shame, really. One thing I love about these new operators is that they know the value of good service. Things have really livened up around here now that a private contractor has taken over. Oh, how in Orange did I end up with so much work to do? Huh? Wait, are l'Cie even allowed to rule countries? Then again, I guess it's not impossible since the Lorican king is a l'Cie, or was, I should say. That Queen Andoria is pretty impressive. Not only is she in charge of an entire country, but she's also an Azure Dragon l'Cie. Oh. Also, I think some of the summons you have to unlock by beating certain missions on Agado difficulty. My Theo said that Kator Bashtar showed up on the front lines at Togareth. In a battle of that scale, it makes sense that the Empire would send out their big guns. Kator Bashtar, who's that? Is he some kind of Militesi bigwig or something? Something like that. He's only the most talented Magitech armor pilot in all of Militus. Seriously, how have you not heard of him? He's practically the talk of Orients. Well. So is Concordia seriously being run by a bunch of women? It most certainly is, and unlike the boys who run the Dominion, the Queen and her esteemed ladies of the court are wise enough to avoid playing the role of warmongering aggressor. You tell them. My boyfriend's the reason I'm able to stay positive in these dark times, even if he can be a little too sentimental for my tastes. We might not be able to get married right now, but we're free to exchange vows, and I vow to love and cherish my girlfriend for the rest of our days. As you should. Yeah, I did know that. It isn't just a past custom either. Andoria, the current queen of Concordia, is a Secundus Lassie, but I doubt you knew that. I doubt you knew this, but there have been some Lassie who have even ruled their own countries. Did you see that crater where Togareth used to be? I felt a shiver run down my spine just imagining that an entire stronghold was obliterated in an instant. I think we've underestimated how powerful the Lassie truly are. Who knows what kind of havoc they're capable of wreaking. Never know, man.
Yeah, what?
Enra? Being in love gives you something to live for, you know? There's nothing more frightening than being forgotten by the one you care about the most. That's true. Very true. I wonder if the Dominion could start employing monsters on military operations. Oh, give me a break. That's ridiculous. As if monsters could understand what people say and think. But they say that the Concordians have a special language they use to communicate with dragons, right? Who's to say we can't do the same thing? We could get some beast tamers, I suppose, right? Man, Class 0 has it so easy. We're bombarded with all kinds of homework and tests, but those guys skipped over all that and made cadet. So you'd rather get thrown out in the field at a moment's notice and left to fend for yourself? You should be happy that trainees like us don't have to worry about that. Well. Bum bum bum. What the beep? Trying to talk to that dude. He's all like, nope. Not gonna happen. Central Command has never deployed individual classes on their own missions, but they might not have a choice now that the flames of war are erupting all over Orients. Yeah, we might need to start focusing our firepower in key regions, but I have a feeling it's going to be hard deciding precisely which areas to prioritize. How you doing? The feeble and spineless have no place among the noble ranks of Class First. We fight not for survival, but for glory, Kupo. Glory and such. You know what I'm saying? So let's go to the Crystarium and talk to, well, what's his face? What is his face? I don't know what his face is, but it does exist. The hell? There's a task there. We'll get to that. Tachibana, not who I was looking for, but okay. Nice to meet you. I'm Tachibana from Class 2nd. I heard you guys haven't had any casualties yet. Pretty impressive. Pretty impressive, sir. Do 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 do. Our class is always fighting on the front line, so we naturally have the most casualties, as well as the highest turnover. As a result, we don't get to know each other very well. That's probably why everyone treats each other with such indifference. Then again, getting upset over fallen comrades would just hold us back in the field. For warriors like us, losing our memories of the dead is truly a blessing. I don't know about that, but they get a high potion. Memories of the dead would just weigh us down out there. We really ought to appreciate the crystal's blessing. How you doing? Entrance to the tower in Ibon is strictly prohibited as per Orient's law. Even if you wanted to break the rules and sneak inside, you'd need to take an airship to get anywhere near the structure in the first place, which we can't do right now. A lot of other cadets gossip about Class 9th because we're barely ever here at Academia, but we have our reasons. Surely you Class 0 kids understand, don't you? Quiet down, sir. Are you friends with that pretty boy across the way? I've been meaning to introduce myself, but I'm a little intimidated because everyone tells me he's incredibly intelligent. That's actually who we need to talk to for an event. I tried reading the nameless tome, but to be honest, I didn't really get it. Is it supposed to prophesy the coming of Agado or something? Kamen Rider Agado, maybe? Chronicles Officer. If you've any inquiries about magic, I suggest you speak with Mr. Yobatz. He possesses a wealth of knowledge far surpassing even mine. Why, it would be no exaggeration to call him a living, breathing crystarium. How you doing? L'Cie don't really age like we mortals do, and they don't die of natural causes. I suppose that means they could theoretically live forever. Maybe. True, but that doesn't mean they're invincible. L'Cie are just as susceptible to physical injury as the rest of us. After all, they were once mortals too. Indeed they were. Kupo? Kupapo, you haven't heard anything unusual about my class, have you, Kupo? Not really.
Hey.
Hey! It's no secret that I hate reading. I'm an open book, yo. Settle down, 9. It's gonna be alright, I promise. After years of trial and error, sorcery finally managed to crystallize pure attack, magic energy, and create magicite. Given its explosive properties, I imagine it would be pretty useful on infiltration missions. Probably. Oh, so we want to talk to this fart knocker. It's part of a quest.
That's a lot of books, hey? I mean, I couldn't read all these if I read for the rest of my life, yo.
I read quickly. I could read them all if I live long enough.
You must be quiet inside the crystarium. By the crystal. You are cadets. You should know better.
Quan?
Hey, yo. That's going a little bit too far, don't you think, huh?
I
Huh?
have no interest in speaking to the uncultured.
What the hell did you just say? You want a piece of me, punk? Hey, yo!
Hey, yo!
That's enough.
You say I ain't cultured? I don't like to brag or nothing, but I can name all 4 crystal states in Orient, yo!
Yo?
I hate to tell you this, 9, but that's not culture. It's common knowledge.
Nah.
Well, if you'll just excuse me, I'd rather avoid contagion.
No.
Oh, please. Don't worry about that. Surely you know stupidity isn't contagious, don't you? I wouldn't be here with you if it were.
Is that supposed to make me feel better, eh?
What's with the hey and yo thing? Turbo Ether. You made a new friend. I'm so proud of you, Kupo. Help them out and they might just lend Class Zero a hand someday. Get an elixir. Because that starts that class dealio. Or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Now we want to go to Central Command and talk to Trey Parker. I like to take care of the events before we do the tasks. What's going on over here? If we miss even one lecture, we're practically doomed to be held back a year. But you guys don't even have to study. Man, you cadets have it so easy. Yeah, okay. Rubrum has seen many great mages throughout the ages, but only a handful have been immortalized in stone like this one here. If I'm lucky, maybe someday I will be too. My CO just chewed me out for no reason. It wasn't even my fault. Just 'cause he's having a bad day doesn't mean he has to take it out on me. You tell him. Freaking an a-hole. Just 'cause your wife kicked you in the crotch in front of your daughter on your students. I always wanted to be a cadet, but now that they're deploying cadets, I'm having second thoughts. I'm not ready to go off to battle. Maybe I'll just throw the approval test. Coward. You freaking coward. It's amazing to think that almost every citizen of Lorica was enlisted in the military. It's even more incredible to think that they were all annihilated in the blink of an eye. They used energy from their crystal to enhance their soldiers, but not even that sacred power was enough to protect them against the Ultima Bomb. Well, let's not get back to that Ultima Bomb business. Wait, what's the difference between a Primus Lassie and a Secundus Lassie again? I'm pretty sure a Primus is extremely formidable in combat, while a Secundus has some sort of special abilities. Lord Juyu and that Nimbus guy are both Primus Lassie, aren't they? If it only took 2 of them to wipe out an entire city, just think of what a few more could do. Oh boy. They can increase security as much as they want, but it won't make a bit of difference if an Imperial spy is already lurking in our midst. True. Someday I'm going to be a great cadet, but first I have to prove myself in the field. All actions in war are shrouded in a haze of uncertainty, a fog of war, if you will. Confusion runs rampant in the field, so it's important to be able to discern fact from fiction. Fact from fiction. You know, I never see those idiots in Class 9 studying around here. No wonder their grades are so awful, getting Fs all over the place. The administration set up a special outdoor learning facility for those guys because they can't keep up. Or maybe the faculty just wanted to quarantine the stupidity. Well, that's nice. A letter came the other day telling me that my sister died, but it wasn't until I started reading that I remembered I even had a sibling in the first place. You'd think that I'd be able to remember someone that I grew up with, but maybe the better you know someone, the quicker you forget everything about them when they die. Concordia's offensive force is comprised almost entirely of wyverns. No wonder they've got the Azure Dragon Crystal enshrined in their peristyllium. They don't only use the dragons in combat either. Apparently they also have these huge wyverns that they use to transport thousands and tons of goods and supplies. If their dragons are really that enormous, then they could probably tear right through one of our dreadnoughts like a piece of parchment. Think about that. This new equipment is really sturdy, but something about it just doesn't feel quite right. Well, there's no one perfect gear that fits every person the same. You've got to gauge the situation and choose the equipment that works best for you. You're damn right you do. You're damn right. Dude, did you know that the Concordian Queen is a Lassie? Don't patronize me, of course I did. It's said that the Queen has the ability to commune with dragons. What does that remind you of? Bum, 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 bum. Have you ever used Magicite before? It's basically magic energy in crystallized form, so you've got to handle it with extreme caution, unless you want to get blown sky high. Whoa! You know they developed that stuff for people who are too clumsy to cast spells, don't you? I guess I could see it being more useful than actual magic in some situations, though. Did you hear? Dragons have been sighted over in Ibon. Do you think Concordia is trying to encroach on our territory too? Yes, I do. I mean, what? What are you talking about again? Trey Parker.
I'm busy. Please make it quick.
In light of the incident at Togarith, there is one fact of which we can be certain. The power of a Primus Lassie is staggering. Surely you know about Lassie, yes? Of course I do. The term lessee refers to one who has received a focus from one of the 4 crystals. Of course, you learn more about that in FF13. He who he who fulfills said focus turns to crystal. He who obeys is cursed to live as a Seath, which is basically like a demon. A lessee is blessed with power immeasurable and life eternal, and all for one sole purpose, to execute the will of his respective crystal. It is interesting to note that, although we lose our painful memories of those who have died, the names and faces of lessee remain in our minds long after they turn to crystal. Seeing as lessee live such solitary existences that can span several centuries, perhaps they simply outlive all those who might grieve for them. Maybe. We get a mega potion.
Hi.
lessee renounced their humanity in exchange for incredible power. Surely a person feeble in resolve would be unable to accept such a sacrifice. Probably. Okay. We also want to talk to a Dominion Legionary in here. There we are. You Class 0 kids are really making a name for yourselves. You're good, but you still haven't experienced a lot of hand-to-hand combat, right? I sure have. Well, why don't I give you some pointers? Okay. I'm sure you kids get tired from carrying around all that gear, but think about it. If you disarm and the enemy catches you off guard, you're dead meat, right? That's why the best advice I can give you is to always proceed with your weapon drawn. You don't want to get sliced to pieces, that is. High potion. You know, a lot of people at Academia look down on us foot soldiers, but you kids actually listen. Maybe you cadets aren't so bad after all. So there's an event in the back garden where you gotta examine a bench, but you need to be playing as Ace, which I usually am, so... Oh, Kurasame has a task.
Why don't you put down the knife?
Nah. Info. How is Machina doing, Kupo? You'd better be thankful to have a cadet as talented as him at your side. I just wish he could have stayed in class second forever, Kupo. Well, he's doing quite well, actually. We have a number of other Eidolons here at Academy. What the hell? Academia, but sorcery keeps them under lock and key. If you prove yourself in the field, they might be convinced to grant you summoning permission. Yeah, we're working towards that and such. Word on the street is that the Empire's General Bashtar showed his ugly mug at Togarith, but someone let him get away. Way to go, class. Oh, you better shut your mouth, Miss Thing. I will hurt you. Understood? Do-do. Do-do-do-do. Looks like Mother has a task as well. Mother! I want to go back out here. I see that bench has an exclamation mark. So do you, apparently. It's pretty exciting. How you doing?
Hello.
How come everyone's so afraid of the Empire's silly little crystal jammer? Maybe it's because it cuts off the source of all their power and leaves them helpless. There's 2 benches. I don't think it matters which one you choose, but, you know, whatever. Maybe I'll just rest my eyes for a second. Okay.
You sure like chocobos, don't you? Is that weird? Of course not. My little brother's a cadet. He really likes chocobos too. So much so that he even insisted on naming my chocobo. I actually came here today to see him, but he had to go on a mission at the very last minute. Elite cadets don't have it easy.
Is that who I think it is?
We do our duty as cadets. You're
very mature for your age. Unlike my brother. can I ask, do you have any little brothers or sisters? Somehow you look like you do.
Maybe. I really don't know who's older, who's younger.
You don't know?
Well, all Mother told us was that we're brothers and sisters. Even if they are my siblings, they tend to get in my way.
I used to think that about my brother.
Used to?
Yeah. My brother was gifted enough to be an elite cadet, but he made me feel like a failure. So, I used to keep my distance from him.
And it's different now?
Yeah. After I realized that we're brothers. You know, real bona fide brothers.
It took that long?
Yes, maybe I was a little slow. But I don't think you've realized it yet yourself.
Mm-hmm.
The thing about siblings is, no matter how differently they think or how annoying they are, they share a common destiny. It's the epitome of unfairness, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's not like I wanted to be a brother to any of those people.
Someday you'll understand, too. When you have brothers and sisters, that means that you're not alone. It's not like having a friend or a sweetheart. The bond is more gritty, you know? Kinda awkward, but comforting at the same time. It's not just because you're
Makes
related.
sense.
And it's not just from spending a long time living together. Well, that's my theory. Anyway.
So, what does the bond come from then?
It comes from having to face our respective fates alongside each other. At least that's what I think. But hey, why am I going on like this? I guess I just needed someone to talk to, since I didn't get to talk to my brother. Thank you for standing in for my brother.
Hey, what's your name?
Izana. Izana Kunagiri.
Yep. Obtained an elixir. Bum ba bum. I think you can still sit here. If you want.
Everyone needs a break. Now and then.
Alright. And we got an event with you. How you doing? Cater, who I think is in the highest level. I think. What's up? I dug up a little dirt on our CO. You want to hear, don't you? You're damn right I do. So get this. It turns out that old Greatface used to be one of the 4 champions of Rubrum. It was this band of legendary cadets or something. Kind of like us. Unbelievable, right? But it gets even juicier. Apparently one of them all of a sudden turned on the group and ended up scorching Kurasame's face. No wonder he's always wearing that mask. And here's where it gets spooky. The traitor always used to travel with a cactuar. Kind of like a CO in his Tonberry. And rumor has it that that cactuar still roams these halls today. So creepy. Good luck ever seeing it, though. Ether.
Hey, how you doing?
The commander may be a jerk sometimes, but it must suck to have a friend turn on you. I know if someone tried to backstab me, I'd stab them right back. I bet you would, and you'd love every second of it and such. Okay. So now we want to go to sorcery and talk to Mother in her office. But you need to be playing as Rem. So that's kind of a thing. We can do that, though. We need to play as Ram. Do 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 do. Remy.